everybody. Welcome to Aspire Art Studios online. Today we're going to have a little drawing lesson. So, can you guys prepare these items? You're going to need paper or a sketchbook, pencil, sharpener, and an eraser. So let's get started.
Hi everyone! This is Mrs. Tiffany from Aspire Art Studio. I'm here to teach you a lesson today. A lesson about the Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. He's a Dutch painter from the Impressionist time. Actually, he was one of the forefathers of Impressionism and Expressionism. So if you take a look at this picture, you'll notice how beautiful it is. All the swirls and the colors. Vincent van Gogh had a really brilliant way of describing feelings through brushwork, also in colors too. When you take a look at this though, it's a little bit more simplified for the young ones. Go ahead and get your pencil out. Go ahead and get your paper set up and your eraser, and we could get started. So first, turn your paper horizontal or hot dog mode, okay? And then I'm going to take our picture, move it to the right place, and I'm going to put it on this mode. We've already pre-drawn this picture, and I'm going to teach you how to draw it. So it's pretty light, as you see here, and then I'll take you through the steps, okay? So you want to get your pencil in hand, and here we go. Okay, first things first. The first thing that you want to do is you want to put that horizon line down, okay? So let's do that. Get on the right brush. Don't you worry about like drawing through images, because it's better that we see that they match rather than caring about it right now. You can always use the eraser later to clean up your drawing. That's totally why erasers were made in the first place. So we got that line down. Second line, we draw for the basics, okay? So the next thing I want you to draw is I want you to draw this circle, the biggest circle on the page, right? So there's that. Then after, I'm going to kind of locate where this is, right? About this high. And then I'm going to use that to help me draw this more like an S curve. And do you notice how it kind of see, tapers right here? We want it to have it taper right here. So if yours looks kind of different from this, try to fix it. And then we're going to go to this S curve, and we're going to do the same thing, trying to taper over it, okay? So we always go by the biggest shape. So don't worry about any of the small things right now. It's better to like notice the big things and build off of them. So if my drawing doesn't look exactly the same, it's okay. See that? We draw the hair tops. Okay. And then we're going to draw the moon, the beautiful moon. Try to make those circles really even, all right? Did you notice how I drew it? First I did that, then I did that, and I'm going to, wipe this out later, okay? So let me show you. I'm going to get the eraser tool, and then I wipe it out. Magic. Look at that croissant. Perfect. You want to eat it? I wouldn't, okay? So anyways, we're going to go on to another big shape that we have. The circle here. And then again, another S curve. See that? How I'm like using this line to help taper off of it. Remember, if you stop and you have to take a break from that line, try to find that line again and then move, all right? It's really hard with your small hands to be able to draw these big, humongous papers. So if you need to stop and take a break, go ahead, it's fine. Find where the point starts, then move it down to where you need to go. See, I'm stopping all the time because I guess my hands are too small too. Let's make some eye contact. How you doing? Everything cool? All right, let's continue. Some stars in the sky. Do you ever imagine like the stars in other places? If they look the same as our stars? Probably not, but they're equally as beautiful. Yeah. And give yourself some time. Like, I'm trying to go as slow as possible, but I'm kind of speed demon. So if you need to like stop and take a break, just pause the video or go back to the area that you were working on and then just keep on going from there. See? So it's sometimes a lot easier when you build the ground part of any kind of form. So see how I did that bush? Then I connect it. Do you see that D? See right here when I put the ground of where the house starts? And then I draw these lines. And then makes it easier for me to find these connection lines. Do you see that? Okay, so this one, that, this one right here, this one right here, right? And make sure to close your lines, okay? Makes it easier for you to like see what you're doing. You know, this triangle up here, you know what I find very easy? Like if you find the center of this right here, and then you put a line going straight, then it makes it so it's easier for you to find that point right there, which ends up being the middle of this square where you needed it to be. And then after, you then can easily find that triangle. See that? This here, connect the line. Then this is a triangle. I'm gonna draw that house. That incidentally is where I live. If you want to add a chimney to it, I don't mind. There's this house. You can live here. If you want a mansion, you can make it bigger. There's another house right here. This house somehow looks like it's screaming, but that's okay. He can scream. Maybe he's like whining because he wants some donuts. Okay, so you have the basic shapes in here, right? And I hope that you're liking the tutorial for right now. Let's start now by going in for more of the detail. Like once you have the big shapes, that's when we start thinking about things like this swirl or these little circles in there. Okay, take your time. It's more important that it looks right. So don't be a speed demon like me. Okay, and then see, we only drew the simple shape before to describe the hill, but it's actually a bush. So now you can go and use that simple shape to find the 3 little bumps for your bushes. You can also use, see where we drew the line before, to help you indicate where you need to start drawing this part of the tree. It kind of looks like fire to me, actually. Don't you think? See that? Ooh. See all of these little lines? Don't worry about them. That's why an eraser was made again. I love erasers. See that? Right over here. If your drawing doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. It's very, very hard and not actually the point for you to do it exactly like mine. You will always have your way of drawing things and I will have mine. You just try to draw like all the shapes in about the same area and all the details about in the same area. Just try your best. That's all I ask for. Okay? So now I'm going to change to my eraser tool. Let's see. Eraser tool. So let's make that a little bit bigger. Do you see that on my screen? I'm going to go in there and erase the things I no longer need. We're going to Sharpie with a thin and thick Sharpie later, but I still like to do this erasing beforehand so that, you know, you don't get confused and Sharpie the wrong things. See there? You can erase those things as well. Oh, I forgot to draw the windows. I'll do that in a second. I like how the house is kind of peeking, like the bush is like in front of it and it's kind of peeking out. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot on this one as well? I forgot to draw some more of the bush. So there we go. Sure, you could have just drawn this and not worried about first building that D shape, but then you have so much more control when you do it this way. So I'm going to also go ahead and draw some of the basic shapes that I forgot before. Sorry about that. It looks like they have eyes and they're going, ooh, huh. Which one was me? I think it was this one. Aw, my house is so cute. All right, so now that you have your drawing done with the pencil, then we are going to switch over to doing the Sharpie part. So I'm going to go ahead and lighten this See this? Oh my gosh, technology, it makes everything easier. Base that, and then you have your drawing.
Now get your Sharpies out. Time to trace.
Get your thick Sharpie out first. Try to Sharpie the bigger objects. And while you're doing it, try to understand what you want to Sharpie before you Sharpie it. Ooh, I actually didn't like that, but I'm going to try it again. Okay, slowly, okay? Any corrections that you want to make and make it look nicer, go ahead and do that. It's really important for you to close your lines. So don't just stop there and be like, oh, I'm done. Go in there, clean it up, right? So again, I like to do the larger shapes first, and then the smaller shapes with a smaller Sharpie. See that? Closing the shapes. Trying to do it as neatly as possible. I'm going to wait for those tiny things with my little Sharpie. Well, the horizon line. There. Go. Stop. Go. Ooh, looks pretty. Your house? Your mansion? I bet it's beautiful inside. Is it a chocolate factory?
Now it's time to color. Get your oil pastels out. Make sure you have a paper towel on hand.
You want to get a color that's very similar to this color right here. So I'm going to just select that color. It should be just a blue color. You can test it on another piece of paper and see if it's right. Then I'm going to go over here in the same layer. And we're going to start coloring. I love coloring. So I usually will try to color the edges first. Trying to use the sharpest part of my oil pastel. And once you have those parts done, this is called fencing. Then it's a little bit easier for you to do the parts between it right here, right? without going in the line. Fun. I love coloring. You want to get all of the white spaces. If you see that there's white spaces, you want to try to get them into the smaller areas. So do you see that? So continue this all over the sky. Don't worry about all those little brush strokes yet. Later on, when we're done with this part, we're going to go back and place those brush strokes on top. I usually would like to color from the back to the front. So the next color, let's look at this, is a yellow color. So try to get a yellow color, kind of like a basic yellow is good. Let's see. I'm going to select that color and make my brush smaller. You guys are going to use your oil pastels. Use like circular strokes when you're making the color, okay? If you go inside a line, it's okay. Just try not to. Again, try to do that fencing thing that I told you to do. Being very careful. When it gets a little bit like crusty on your oil pastel, go and then clean it with the paper towel that I asked you to get. And it'll make it a lot easier to stay in the lines because it's not clumpy. So circular strokes is always best. See that? You can also go and color the other yellow things. Bye! And switch it to more of the orange yellow color. So something like this. Look for your oil pastels and there is a color that's very similar to this. Color it. Right now, really don't worry about any of the textures or the brush strokes. You're going to do that later. Right now, you just want to give it a nice base. Many artists will work like this, and having a base is very, very like good. So they can like have kind of an idea of the general colors in that location. Gonna do the blue parts. That should be a light blue. Your hands get tired, just shake them out. Okay, shake them out. It already looks what? Really, really good. Yay! I bet yours looks just as good. There. And then this blue color, it's kind of like a dark blue color. Let's grab that color. This one you don't even need to stay in the line too much because they're the same color. Just put color over it. Again, fencing, 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 okay? You're building that line so nothing goes over that line. Makes it easier for yourself to stay in the line. Okay, there. And then, let's see. I always do the back to the front. So this color still looks like that original blue that we did. So I'm going to collect that color. And then I'm going to make it a little easier for myself just to save some time. Clean your oil pastel again. Honestly, a lot of like when you're doing artwork, the way that it turns out is how well that you maintain your art supplies. So if your art supplies are not clean, or if they're really old, or if your pencil's not sharpened, it's going to make it a little bit difficult to make good artwork. Okay, coloring around my angry house. Building that fence around everything. You're going to be so proud of yourself once you're done. I know it. Okay, looking back to this drawing. So the things that are behind, like this color, it's like a light yellow green. I'm gonna get that color. Go ahead and get that color. If you need to test out the color and see if it's right, go ahead and do that. Color fencing the edges first. Try not to go out of the line. Just try. Again, you do the best that you can. Yeah. You have to get the color. What does that look like? It's kind of a reddish brown, I'd say. That's what it looks like to me. So just like that color. The color again. Black colors again. Don't worry about any kind of brush stroke. Clean those oil pastels. It's just as simple as that. Just think, where are you going to hang this after? In your room? On the ceiling? Under your bed? Well, not under your bed. Nobody can see it there. And with these houses back here, I don't mind. You can change the colors whatever you want to. I'm going to change the colors, okay? So let's see. Got a bunch of colors. I love red roofs. I'm going to put my angry guy. He's going to have a red roof. Whoops. Went out of the line. You know, if it's really hard with the oil pastel, you can see if you have any color pencils. And if it's like a small enough color pencil and you sharpen it, then you can use that to color with too. I'm also going to do this one red. The bottom part, what color? So many colors to choose from. Color that like this. Kind of looks like a face color. And then they switch color again. Try to avoid colors that are too similar to each other. Like if this blue is blue, that blue, and you get another color that's blue, then it's just going to look the same. So the dark and light of something has to do with how clear we see it. You see that? Use the same color here. Use that. And if you color over things like the window, that's okay. Those little things, don't worry about it. You can color over later. There we go. So see, it's already like pretty well done. I like it. How do you like yours? So right now we're going to move on to texture. Do you know what textures are? Like the texture of fur or the texture of, like my shirt, like sheep wool. Right here, we're going to do a lot of things like textures on, like textures like this. Well, brush strokes that like work around the stars to make them look shiny, or textures like that make the wind, you know. So you see that? So you want to grab colors like this light blue and then this darker blue and have them prepared for you. So first going to use this lighter blue, okay? I'm going to use this actually. And see, now we're going to start making brush strokes going around objects. So see like this, going all around stars and stuff. Usually it will go around the circles more because they look more shining. So see that? Cool, huh? Ooh. Short strokes. You might have to press a little harder because now there's a lot of wax on your paper from the oil pastel. But that's okay. It should work. Ooh, look at those directions. There's no like rule on which direction, so try to feel like how it would feel for the wind to like sweep. Like try to feel what Van Gogh was feeling when he was making those brush strokes. Okay? I'm just kind of going with the shapes a little bit. And then you get that dark blue. It was the same one that we used here. I'm going to select it. And then you can start doing exactly the same thing there. Do you see what I'm saying? You still like go around the parts that haven't been done, right? I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this part. I want to get onto the other part. But you do this step slowly and try to find more shapes. Strokes. Okay. So then right here, the windy part, there's this color, which is just a white. Just select white. And then you're gonna swirl around with the wind. And then this is a lot of work, so remember to take a little break. Just pause that video, get a drink of water. That's okay. I'll still be here. See that? Oh, it looks so beautiful already. This part, we could use a black. And see the direction of my stroke. Oh, look how angry my house is. Ah! The house doors look like mouths. And then the windows look like eyes to me. Huh, do you see it? Okay. See how it's going? Do you like it? I love it. Oh, I forgot to color these stars. The inside of it is orange. There you go. There you go. Sorry about that. Wow. And see, even inside here, you'll see some yellow. So I'm going to get this yellow color again, and then I can start putting some yellow on there. Ooh, I can even add some out here. It's okay. Ooh, I can add it around there. I'm not going to do every one, but then you see what I mean. Do you see how, like, you can see, like, the energy come alive of the stars sparkling? Ooh, pretty. Even here, wherever you want to put it, it's really okay. See that? The more colors, the better. Right? Around here, too. Wow. It's getting beautiful. More beautiful as we speak. Okay. So here, I'm not going to do the whole thing because there's just so much to do, but it's the same idea. Like, new strokes. At this point, you're just making beautiful, beautiful strokes. Don't forget to clean your own pastel again. I keep saying it, but then a lot of people always forget. But do you see that? Making strokes. So now I'm going to switch to an orange color. Let's see. An orange color in your box. So much color. One here, one there, one everywhere. See that? How it doesn't kind of make a difference. You can just throw in the color. So cool. Okay. And then, like in the bushes, you could get like a greenish color. You have a green, right? Something like this is okay. And you can do like kind of these C strokes. You see that? And then I could do darker green strokes too. You have a dark green in your box as well. See? Go with a similar direction that you were. It's probably going to be more green towards the bottom because it's not getting as much light. See that? See. Wow, it looks so great. Look at this. So there's also strokes on this here tree right here. I'm going to use a black. You go with the direction that I'm going. Yeah. Kind of like a little bit S-like. I'm just going to follow the shape as much as I possibly can. How are you liking yours? I like mine. Okay. So I'm not done, but then do you guys get the idea? You just keep going like that with a bunch of like swirls and a bunch of S curves and a bunch of C curves, and like slowly but surely you're gonna get it to look exactly like his. Okay? Later when you get the time, get the chance, the last step is to do the windows and the doors and the small little details that you hadn't done before. See that? You just color those wherever you want. You know? And then voila. I didn't finish these, but then you get the idea, right?
I hope you enjoyed our lesson. Thanks. See you next time.